Welcome to Behind the Bed with your host with the most Jello jokes, Mike Duber. I told myself I wasn't going to laugh at that. Welcome, guys. Today with us, the wonderful and always so funny Janine Del Grasso co-hosting.
Yay! Woo!
And your guest today is the hysterical and energetical stage presence, ladies and gentlemen, Johnny motherfucking Brim.
Johnny Brim, yeah!
What's your favorite color basketball?
Favorite color basketball is the Shaq colored basketball. The blue and black one.
Oh, okay. Shaq, what is that? Like dark caramel, toffee?
No, Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
Dark caramel.
Dark caramel.
You like that dark
toffee.
caramel, indoor, outdoor. I like indoor, outdoor basketballs. How are you talking about basketballs right now? I'm going to be sharing this on the Facebook right here. Guys, you okay with that?
Okay.
We'll see.
That's so funny. So, Johnny, you've been doing comedy pretty close to the same amount of time as me and Janine as well, I think.
I've been doing a little bit over a year.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same here. We all
A year.
started together. We have one common thing. We all pretty much started at that same ground, and we see ourselves progressing in our own different ways. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Nice. Outside of comedy, you have a job, work.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm doing tour guides at the Grand Canyon.
Do it. That's
You're probably going to see my family soon.
Hell yeah.
In Jersey.
They're going to be like,
Buckle
this guy
up.
knows nothing.
And Janine, welcome back to the show.
Thank
Actually,
you.
second time. I think you're the first repeat offender.
Uh-oh.
I believe so. Thank you for coming back. You had fun the first time.
It was so much fun.
I know, right?
I'm
Hysterical.
glad to be back.
It was a great show. Thank you. Thank you. We got a few things that I want to talk about. We're all parents here.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes. I
Just
have.
Last time I checked.
Where'd you check? I don't see any kids around here today, so we don't have to be on best behavior.
Oh, thank goodness. Cheers to
Cheers.
that.
Yep.
Cheers to
Cheers.
No kiddos.
So with comedy and parenting, I feel that sometimes they kind of conflict because your kids think they're funny too, you know? You guys do this ever?
Oh, yeah, my kids are hilarious. My son does this crab dance that he does right now.
Oh, no.
We were leaving the gas station, and he just walks out the gas station doing this little crab dance.
What?
It was hilarious because people at the pumping their gas were like, what the hell is going on?
Have they ever seen videos of you doing comedy?
No, not really. Maybe a little boomerang style one where I'm going like crazy with the hair or something. But then they just get scared, like, why is Dad yelling at him?
My
I'm
son
just kidding.
actually did a whole set at Grouchy John's.
Heck
And it
yeah.
was better than mine, and I actually got a little jealous.
Oh, no.
Like everyone was clapping for Gage, and they're like, "Yeah, whatever with you over there." I had one of those like awkward sets where like people were like feeding my jokes from this side.
Oh, did you make a joke or did he make a joke about about the other?
He actually has his own little set put together that he does 3 jokes, and he just went up there and grabbed the mic, and
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Are they bangers?
they're pretty good. One of them is they're not originals, but one of them is I think why can't dinosaurs clap?
Huh.
Because they're dead.
How old is he?
He's 7.
He's 7?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is a pretty good joke. Where do you get? Applause.
That was a thinker. The audience was sleeping on that joke.
Yeah.
I
Don't get it.
The audience was a late reaction
Don't
for
be
that
mean
joke.
to my kid.
No, that was a great joke. The audience just
That's
was
like,
sleeping.
yeah.
I'm just kidding.
You know, that's that Seinfeld audience out there. I seen a post today, and I think it was pretty controversial on Facebook, and it was asking who's was a better show, Seinfeld or Bernie Mac. And I liked Bernie Mac, honestly, even though Seinfeld's a classic, but
Yeah.
I grew up with Bernie Mac.
Seinfeld's a classic, but I've seen more episodes of Burning Mac. So which one do I like better? Well, I visit Bernie Mac more often than I do Seinfeld.
Hold on, you visit him?
Yeah, I visit him. That's how I get my experience with him, is watching the show. Look at him, he's like, "Come on, America," and I'm like, "No, you're talking to Johnny Brim right now, Bernie. Give me your fatherly advice right now."
Do you have any shows this week, Johnny? No, I'm visiting.
I'm busy with Bernie.
Mac.
It's
can't.
my Bernie time.
It's your weekend at
He
Bernie's.
goes into the closet wherever he goes to do the one-on-one, and I go into the closet with my portable video. Come on, Bernie. Listen, America. I'm listening, Bernie.
On a camcorder.
Yeah.
90s camcorder.
I'm just going to do reply videos to Bernie Mac in his show.
Oh, goodness. That's so funny. Yeah. Bernie, what'd you say, Bernie? It's your weekend at Bernie's?
It's weekend at Bernie's.
That would be wrong if someone did that, like a weekend at Bernie's, but it was Bernie Mac.
And then one of us winds up dead. We bring a bunch of comics.
I guarantee.
Who would it be out of all of us?
Duber's dead.
I'm kidding.
And we have to drag his body through awkward places. Can't get through the doorway.
Who did you say?
Duber.
Duber.
Yeah, oh, great. Who would
Dead
be the show
dudes.
with?
Well, it'll still be him. We'll just keep him propped up and go, "What do you think about that, Duber?" And then
Then we'll have the show like that.
No, I think first of all, in the comic scene, anyone would look around and just be like, "Nope, something's wrong," because no one would be that close to Duber. No one would be touching him like that. It's so true. I swear.
that's awesome.
man.
Sam Lundstedt runs a great mic at Grouchy John's that he's letting children go up there and do that too.
Yeah, and they're better than me.
Yeah. Dang it.
Chris Waldeck was feeding me my jokes. He's like, "Do that one you wrote on Facebook," and I'm just standing there like a deer in headlights.
Oh, man.
And my son's like killing it.
Man, my son definitely has some bad jokes. So here's a little story about my 11-year-old, right? My 11-year-old son, when he was in 4th grade, right? He went to the school library and checked out some books, and he was like super happy that he checked out books and stuff, and they were like more adult books, right?
Whoa.
Yeah.
What?
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I know what you
Like
mean.
50 Shades of Grey.
No,
That's a little
no.
adult, I don't know.
Not 50 Shades of Grey, but just history books and stuff like that.
Oh,
He was
okay.
proud to have the accomplishment to get into that next reading level at 4th grade, because it gets difficult from 3rd to 4th.
Yeah.
You know, it's more interesting and things that are real. So he checked out 3 books about one person, motherfucking Adolf Hitler.
Oh boy.
So he comes home and he tells me, first of all, before he shows me the books, that he's got some kids picking on him in school, calling him a Nazi.
Oh no.
Have you seen his haircut? Just kidding.
So I was just like, no, I had to nip it in the butt. And I was like, no, you can't check out those kinds of books. If anything, you go and check out the history of the Holocaust with something without, his name on there. But your kids ever embarrass you?
No, I embarrass my kids.
But did they return it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My kids love to fart, and that's something that could be embarrassing. So my daughter will come over and fart on me. Sometimes we'll be anywhere, and she'll just yell out, "I just farted on you!" Like,
Oh, goodness.
we're in a library. Calm down. Get your Hitler book. Shut up.
Go get a book about Trump.
Just go get your Hitler book and be quiet.
My son will just walk in like a public bathroom and I'm going to the bathroom like, "Mommy, are you done yet?" Like embarrassed you to death. I'm like, "Oh my God, what's wrong with you?"
Bruce Leonard joined in here. He wanted to say hi to
I don't know how to tag
Hey.
in.
Hi.
Oh,
Oh
shoot.
my God.
Really? I pressed this whole time. I didn't know.
Oh my God, are we not on air? How do we?
And welcome to the show for those that are listening on the app. Sorry about that. I hope you had some good music before that. And for those that are on Facebook and watching that, you guys might have not known, but the app wasn't working the entire time. Welcome back, everyone. We were discussing some comedy and parenting and some jobs. I think in Las Vegas, though, the hardest job there, or the dirtiest and the most craziest job there is housekeeping. You guys know any housekeepers?
Yeah, I got to keep my house.
Yeah, I was gonna say me.
I mean,
my
I
house
hope you
clean.
keep your house, But
Any service? No.
no,
Mm.
Janine.
Do I know any?
Yeah.
No, not personally.
No. Oh,
No.
they have some crazy stories though, and just one that popped in my mind that I remembered was that someone at a casino hotel filled the bathtub with pennies, and just left it for the housekeeping to clean it.
Mm.
That's kind of friggin' nuts.
That's disgusting.
That's a lot of copper. I didn't.
I used to be a maintenance worker. I used to work as a janitor for a large company. I've had to clean up shit and throw up at the same time.
Ugh, that's gross.
Oh, it was disgusting. It was horrible. It was my buddy that I was cleaning up with, my coworker. It was his throw up. We're scooping up the poop, and I've done this before, but he hasn't. And I said, okay, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna scoop the poop.
There's a technique.
There's a technique. There's a technique to picking up poop, especially when it's outside poop. And we thought it was human feces too. And so we were really grossed out by this already. So I said, I'm going to scoop this poop. 3, 2, 1, scoop. We're going to hold our breath. And then he's going to hold the trash bag, and I'm going to throw it in the trash bag. You're going to wrap it up. We're going to be done. We're going to get out of here. Okay? 5-second job. We're going to get this. All right? 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath. So I hold my breath. I scoop it. He takes a breath. Fresh poop fumes. He breathes in, and as soon as he breathes them in, blah, all over the poop, all over everywhere, shit and poop, and throw up. It was disgusting.
Oh my god.
So
Did you
So funny.
take
I don't
notes
feel
out of
bad.
the garbage can and read them like in Billy Madison?
I told you not to. I don't feel bad for maids at housekeeping gigs. I've had to do it.
Man, yeah, that's pretty
I
bad.
can't even imagine. Gross.
Janitorial stuff like
It
that.
sucks. But hey, somebody's got to do it.
I do it once a month at home.
Gross.
Well, are we talking about picking up shit or just in general? Like, I rotate them I'll try, I have a system. I'll be like, I'm gonna clean this bathroom once a month. I rotate.
I have 3 bathrooms, but I break them down into seasons. So it's you can only use the upstairs one in the winter. It's I'll aggravate a dude and I'll know he's not coming back because he's too lazy to go upstairs to the winter bathroom. I'm completely lying.
My winter bathroom.
I would just say, but at least you don't have to redecorate because you get that soap that's for the winter. You get
candles.
that seasonal everything.
I break them into semesters as a teacher.
First quarter.
First quarter downstairs.
That teacher stuff, boy. That's funny, though. I was thinking earlier today when I was getting ready, I was like, man, we have so many things that are scented. And if you're not careful and you buy the wrong scented items, then it's going to be a mess. Because, just think of yourself when you get ready to do something. And throughout the period of time, how many scented things are going on you? Lotion, shaving. I start with the shaving.
Yeah.
Shaving cream smell. And then your bathroom smell. If you fuck around and do the wrong thing, it could go backwards. I've never heard of lavender and sunset. They just don't sound right to me.
That sounds like a gorgeous sunset.
I mean, in
Mine-
visual.
Lavender, purple. We got purples going on. Fuchsia.
I use men's body wash. Is that weird? I have to wonder, if I'm dating someone and they're they smell like a dude and they're was she with someone else? No, I use men's. I don't know why I like the smell. I'm doing it all wrong. I'm not.
It's a heavier duty soap. It's a heavier duty.
We have so much in common. Oh my goodness.
Can I borrow your shower gel?
Johnny too. We all use men's soap
All of
here.
us.
I use a loofah.
Do you?
I
I
do
do my
too.
men body wash on a loofah. I like
You
that.
exfoliate.
Yeah.
I
Gotta
use
keep it smooth.
It's smart. It's nice. It's I grew up with a washcloth. You guys grow up with a washcloth.
As a
As
friend.
a mother. A lover. What are we doing here?
How much time were you with this
This
washcloth?
And I wasn't
Do you miss the washcloth? Do you miss it?
Do you still have it?
Was it blue?
Next week goes.
There's some holes in it. Oh my! I could picture my washcloth being towely.
When it talks back.
Put it around your hands.
Don't forget to wash yourselves.
Good night,
Sun
Washi.
rises.
I love you, Clothy.
Clothy.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I secretly had a friend named Clothy. It was my imaginary cloth.
It was a good cloth.
It was a loincloth.
It was durable.
You know,
loyal.
the worst part is that like our relationship kind of tore apart.
The fabric was ripped between you two.
Yes.
It was a little torn.
Yeah, exactly. So the first time I used the loofah though, I was like amazed. I was like, where is this magical ball of fucking something been my whole
Sandpaper.
life?
Where do I get more sandpaper to scrub all
Scratchy,
over?
scratchy.
It feels like like thousands of people are just scratching at you while cleaning you. It's amazing.
Now we all know what you're into.
Thousands of people scratching.
It's like the heroin addicts.
If you
best
do the math,
fucking
that's millions of nails.
Millions.
Scratching.
Just scratching at me.
millions of nails. Oh,
That's
shit.
funny. Do you
It's
bath?
like a whole
Do you
hardwood
shower?
store.
Do you
like-
shower?
of course. Who doesn't?
Do you don't bath?
Uh,
Bathe.
Sometimes.
Sud.
I could
Soak.
see
You ever bathe?
with a bunch of rubber duckies. I could
With a
see
bunch
it.
of.
I could just see it.
They just the bubbles don't cover the. It's just duckies. I just come up from duckies.
With a bowl of cereal.
Hey everybody! It's just bubble time. It's a rubber ducky time with Johnny Broom.
Right? Look at the yellow shirt.
Oh my god.
Oh, Johnny Broom.
That's silly.
Oh, let's go on to our next topic. Circus, right? You guys know of
Yes.
Circus. We've all had probably a few experiences around there or anything.
I've been behind of Albertsons. I've been to the alley of Albertsons and seen a dumpster.
Most people don't know, but behind that, or close to that area, also they call Naked City, kind of back there, but it's like to the stratosphere.
They call it Naked City?
Yeah, they call it Naked City.
Only when you're there
With your loofah.
with washi clothy.
With the cloth.
It's so clean.
What
So,
do you? What's your,
I was looking on TripAdvisor today and found some funny reviews of Circus. Want to see what people are saying. I just wanted all the funny ones though,
Yeah.
but you know, it is what it is. So we got one lady had said, "In no circumstance will I ever stay here. It's dark, scary, dirty, and smelly."
I want to say something so bad, but I won't.
What does I mean? If you didn't know I was talking about a circus, where do you think we would be talking about here? You know, you want to say it. It's just like I know what I want to say.
Johnny?
I don't know. I'm confused.
Another person said, "Do they have any security at all?"
No, they don't. They fired the clowns that used to work at security. I remember when I was a little kid, I was getting followed by a clown. Followed throughout the whole place. And I was like, "Mom, I'm getting followed by this clown." And she's like, "You're just scared of clowns. Stop it." My mom sounds like Trump. You know? Stop it, Johnny. It's just a clown. It's gone. But yeah, I swear to God, a clown was following me throughout that whole place. Freaked me the fuck out.
Dude, Circus is crazy.
I just
It's
read
creepy.
an article that somebody at the Terror Dome or the Adventure Dome, whatever, fell off the
Get outta here.
Yeah, the roller coaster in there. And I think the person that initially went on it, I could be wrong, was it like already like a paraplegic or they were missing limbs? I don't know, but they fell out.
Now they're missing more.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
at that
no.
point, what do you got to lose?
Oh,
It's like, I don't think I need to belt this thing, and I'm good.
I'm just going out on a limb here.
Oh man. Oh man.
I'm not making it up. You can look it up. I swear.
No, they got a lot of fake news. Usually only old people
No,
believe
it
in
was
fake
on-
news.
It was on the news.
Come on, you're pulling my leg.
Oh, no.
John, Jesus Christ.
Oh, the other day, you guys see the dog at the rebar bite that guy's,
dog that never
guy's
stops
wheelchair?
Yeah, Sean Raton's life mate, Lucy.
It's not, yeah.
Freaking
Sean had a
bit
great
guy.
set though. It was funny.
Oh yeah, that was a great night for
Oh, that was a
those people.
fun night. Oh goodness. All right. So more circus stuff.
Oh no.
One.
The roller coaster sucks.
All right. No, this was.
That's a review, right? That's a 2-star review.
That is actually a decent roller coaster though.
It's scary.
It's a
I got
decent
sick
roller
on it.
coaster.
I did. I got sick.
You fell out of love with it. All right. I know.
What?
Hey. Another guy commented, I like music on website. That was it. I like music on website.
What?
SoundCloud be popping.
I want to see what they're playing. We're gonna find this and
They're gonna,
see. Yeah, we're
Probably
gonna
clown
see.
music, like circus music or something.
Circuscircus.com.
I figure
badass Zed remix of it.
I would go on a limb again, on my second limb, and say
you still have,
you're running them out.
You didn't ride the roller coaster.
that their music that you hear probably is music that makes you die. Like, because we're talking about they're having a dark, scary, dirty, smelly hotel. There's some good reviews, but I mean, just judging on these ones that
John
I
Wayne
saw.
Gacy got good reviews too. But he was a serial killer clown. But he got good
Here we go with
reviews.
serial killer. Is he single? Is he still alive?
He'll draw you a picture. It'll be a little circus tip from a serial killer in prison. I think he's dead.
He'll take a little piece of your heart.
Yeah.
I have fond memories of Circus. I went there like when it was fairly new. With my grandparents. I was a little kid.
You know, though, as I get older, I see some of the things that my parents had said to me while I was at Circus or said to each other while I was at Circus. You know, they're like, they can't even go and get food in 20 feet away without being worried about me because it's a little shady up there, especially in that ring toss area. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of those
specifically.
Yeah, a lot of
Is
those.
that by the escape door to Naked City?
Are they tossing other things at the ring toss? Like salads?
I mean, yeah, yeah, they're trying to toss more up there.
The clowns.
Oh my goodness! All right, so this is the last one, and this to me was the funniest. So all right, not per se. This is verbatim. Someone could kill you and nobody cares.
In life, yeah.
At Circus.
Sure. Yeah.
This is a review for Circus from TripAdvisor. Someone could kill you and no one would care. At Circus.
What year did he go there? What year was this last?
This it's TripAdvisor, so it at least had to be.
Obituaries.com.
He's dead.
We're sorry to tell
You know, I go for the
He
Adventure
died and
Dome.
no one
He's in a
cared,
better
man.
place now. The win.
Yeah, 6 feet deep in Naked City.
In
He
Naked
moved
City.
on.
Oh my
No one
goodness.
cares about him either. He was right. Unfortunately.
People leave some strange reviews. I worked in the service industry, and they'll leave reviews about anything. You know, like it could be like the chair next to me was off a little bit, and I'm like, you weren't even sitting in it. It wasn't even your chair. Like you left it empty. And why are you gonna write a bad review on something that you didn't even sit in it?
The internet's fake. I don't know. People leave reviews because they're bored.
Yeah.
Unless it's a constructional review. Do you really check reviews before you go places?
I do sometimes.
All the time?
If I'm not like familiar with the place, I will.
I ask word of mouth. Have you been to that place? No? Then fuck them.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Screw it, I ain't going there.
None of my friends went there. I don't want to go there.
Sometimes I read the reviews if I'm looking in the pictures. You know, I'll start looking at pictures of the food. I'm just sitting there like making myself hungry.
Well, I'm a girl,
Yeah.
so I look at Amazon reviews for clothes and stuff like that.
I'm a boy, and I look at Amazon reviews of clothes, too. It's
Do
fine.
you?
Yeah, that helps. No, I'm just kidding.
You also wear men's
Yeah,
body wash.
Yeah, so, yeah.
What are you looking at on Amazon now?
Oh, I don't know if I should tell this because it's public. Oh, I can't tell it. Forget it.
Oh, man. You got to
I
tell.
looked up some funky things on like Amazon once, and you know how it puts it in like your things reviewed? And then like I'm a teacher and I use Amazon to show like some of the, and like before I clicked it to go out on the big screen, like I saw it and I'm like, oh, and I had to call Amazon and be like, can you please remove this item from
that you reviewed?
because it's coming up on my screen and like I'm a teacher and I need to use.
Did
like,
it get good stars from you?
I didn't buy it.
You didn't buy it. You just reviewed it.
No, I didn't review it. I looked at it.
Oh,
I was looking.
recently viewed items.
Yes, it came under the
Oh, I thought you said recently reviewed items. Like I just got done reviewing this
No.
piece, and it was still right there.
But yeah. I've called Amazon for some really wacky things before. Every time I call, I'm like, it's me again.
They know you. All right. We're gonna come back and talk about some other stuff, but first we're gonna hear from our wonderful sponsors. You guys cool with that? We're gonna take a little break, and guys, we will be back. I hope you stay with, and bye. Be back. I sound like I'm like saying bye to someone. What is that? I don't know what that was. Oh, shoot.
You need to see the Anthony Cools Experience, the #1 hypnotist at Paris in Las Vegas.
Hi, this is Anthony Cools, star of the Anthony Cools Experience at Paris, Las Vegas. I just want to let you know I can't help but use my skills in the art of hypnotism for naughty purposes.
Hypnotizing nightly. Must be 18 years or older. Call the box office for more information at 1-877-374-7469.
Check out the Anthony Cools Experience, the #1 hypnotist in Las Vegas. Check it out.
3939 Spring Mountain Road in the heart of Chinatown is where you're going to find the Golden Tiki. Can't miss it. The sign is ginormous. That's where you need to go, though. Golden Tiki is the premier tiki destination in Las Vegas, and in fact, the world. It's being rated top tiki bar by many different travel websites and agencies. Articles coming out constantly about the Golden Tiki. So what makes them great? Well, let's just start with the front door. As soon as you walk in, you're taken away to a magical tropical paradise. Walk in, and there you go. The music is always pumping in that place. Live music, DJs. The drinks are cold. You can get some Dole Whip. You can get specialty cocktails any night of the week. And let's talk about the slot machines. You feeling lucky? Well, you should, because the slot machines down there are always hot. And 3939 Spring Mountain Road in the heart of Chinatown is where you're going to find the Golden Tiki.
This is Anthony Hayes, and RadioVegas.Rocks is where I go to rock.
What is Jesse Ray's Barbecue? Well, it's a tiny, unassuming place with a modest menu of platters, sandwiches, and house-made sauces. Located at 5611 South Valley View. By the smell alone, you're going to know you're in the right place. Come try the award-winning slow-smoked ribs, chicken, pulled pork, hot links, and brisket. The sauce is also something to talk about, as you will want to eat it with every bite. Here's a tip. Their sauces are available for purchase. When people ask you, how do you like Jesse Ray's Barbecue? You'll say, like most people I know, I don't like it, I love it. Jesse Ray's Barbecue is 100% legit. Stop on by for a meal that will satisfy your barbecue-loving lips. Mention RadioVegas.Rocks for 10% off your order. Jesse Ray's, located at 5611 South Valley View on the corner of Valley View and Russell. Come in, take a bite, find out why they're so award-winning.
Kicker Audio. Living loud. I gotta tell you, these are amazing headphones, so please go out and purchase Kicker. These things are sweet. My studio headphones are like $400, and they don't bleed. If you're a musician out there and you record your music, you don't want any kind of bleed at all, because, you know, the music bleeds through, it comes through on the microphone, and if you're a singer, that kind of sucks. Kicker Audio. Living loud.
I love it. It's time for Two Clueless Dudes.
And you know, they have like, there's that little plastic sleeve and they have the insert where it lists like the price of an item.
Yes.
So on there, it's called the New Wave Pro Infrared Oven. And bullet points. First bullet point is digital control panel. The next bullet point is my boss is a prick. Next bullet point is comes with extender ring kit. Next bullet point is I'm quitting today.
That's fantastic.
Dude.
That's 12 bananas. I've never.
Two clueless dudes.
Every Friday at 7 p.m. on RadioVegas.Rocks.
And welcome back to Behind the Bet with your host Mike Duber, me, and in the house we got co-host Janine Del Grasso.
Hi, guys.
And our guest today, Johnny Brim. What's up, Johnny?
Hi.
And for those of you watching and listening, welcome back. I think we were actually had us going on there the whole time too. They could see us. We were just like, yeah, party up in here drinking that PBR. Where's your guys' favorite place to drink PBR?
Probably Rebar or Dive.
Me too. It used to be the Huntridge back in the day.
Oh my God, I missed the Huntridge.
I know. Then they built Wing Nuts right next to it, and a lot of people that went to the Huntridge stopped going, I think. I don't know. I actually seen a guy get ice dumped on him one time there by the bartender, and the bartender kicked him out. And she was just throwing ice at him.
How long ago was that?
4 years ago.
When did they close the Huntridge?
God, it was years ago.
Oh, not the I'm talking about the tavern, Huntridge Tavern, the bar.
I'm thinking like the
bar
music
across
venue.
the street.
Yeah, I thought it was that.
Oh, the music venue.
Yeah.
I seen
showing my age.
Cottonmouth Kings there a long time. It was one of my first concerts there was KMK.
They used
the
to hold
cops
a haunted
came because
house
they
there.
smoked the whole neighborhood out. And I'm like, really? You guys coming because that neighborhood smoked out with weed?
Like it's not normal.
That's 5 points. Close. You guys heard of this expression, 5 points? No, it's like where you'll know it when I describe it, but Lamb meets Fremont meets Charleston.
Oh.
They all connect that little area.
Yeah, it's like a star.
Yeah, it is. They call it 5 points. And, you know, like the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Gangs of New York or
Yeah. Yeah, they have the 5 points out there in Brooklyn.
Wannabe gangbanger talking about gangs of New York. I'm just kidding.
It's a good movie, though.
I like it.
Yeah,
I
Vegas.
never saw it.
The Butcher.
Bill the Butcher. You would probably like his character.
Really?
Yeah, he's a butcher.
I can't remember the actor's name right now, but he does everything like Abraham Lincoln. He does Daniel Day-Lewis, I think his name is.
Yeah, that
he's
was a
the
great
Butcher.
role.
Yeah.
For sure. I've actually met some people out here in Las Vegas that remind me of Bill the Butcher a lot. Yeah, right?
Like,
That sounds promising.
Yeah.
Who reminds you of this guy? Let's get the tea. Don't be silly.
It's so weird when you go to like somebody's house and you've never really been to their house and there's a crazy member of their family and they didn't prep you for it. You ever seen this?
Yes.
You've been there, right?
Yes.
You must have been there in your
Yes,
life.
I'm all Italian.
Yes.
We have a lot of them. I'm just kidding.
I'm usually the crazy one.
It's usually Johnny.
Listen, before he gets here, let's get.
We have to prepare you.
Put away the breakable items, please.
You might want to put a tarp down.
Yeah, it comes in here like a tornado. I don't,
Yeah.
Did you think about medicine? I don't know. We spray him with water when he gets too much. No wonder my mom needed a break. No, I'm just kidding.
From you?
Yeah.
Oh, everyone needs a break from their kids.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say everybody needs a break
Damn.
from you, John.
Oh,
That would have been great. You should have did that.
I don't know.
Everybody does need a break from you, Johnny. Jesus.
I feel like so many things in my life need a break from me. That's why my hair receded.
Your hair needed a
Nice.
break. It didn't need a break. It came back. It came back.
In the eyebrows. Got them brows, boy. Brow gang. You already know.
Boom shakalaka. Looks like you painted them in. With the whole bucket. Oh,
You should do one of
I'm
those
sorry.
Instagram videos for makeup and do your brows.
Done.
Now you got to
Done.
touch my sweaty hands. Which I will never shake anyone's hand at open mic because my hands are so sweaty.
Mom spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti.
What?
Palms are sweaty.
Moms are sweaty.
Palms are
man.
sweaty. So you guys know we're talking about some Area 51, that storm Area 51. It's happening here. I know there are a lot of people talking about it, but I wanted to talk about some other stuff. Is that they're doing a tour for Area 51, and it starts off around $295.
Not bad.
For a tour, and it's a personal tour, right? So that's not bad. But it also includes an alien-themed menu.
Ooh, you get to eat alien.
Like E.T.'s fingers or something. Ew. That's so gross.
Have you tried them?
No. Ew.
Oh, come on.
It's grossed me out.
I could picture like Elon Musk sitting there eating like alien jerky nuggets.
I would never
It
eat
has to be a
Reese's
little-
Pieces because of that. Because he just, I would think E.T. grosses me out.
Would it
Sorry.
E.T.?
Yeah, I'm so mean.
That poor guy didn't do anything.
Hey, this is $300 for an 8 to 10 hour trip.
Mm-hmm.
Do
Is
they
the
let you
menu-
bring drugs?
They do?
I wish.
Just look, I'm all they do. No, I don't do any drugs.
She's a teacher. Teachers don't do drugs.
They don't do drugs. They read books.
About drugs to students.
Students about not doing drugs.
Your English teacher, what's the worst case scenario to you? Like a kid comes in your class and you just like, I know this is going to be a tough year because of like what, how can you tell like when a kid comes into English class? It's like, it's going to be tough.
Like behavior-wise?
Does he like look at you like he wants to and you're teach high school. Sorry, you teach high school. It happened. It must happen. Some of your kids like you. Someone commented last time you were on the show. Actually, they were like, "I wouldn't learn anything if this was my teacher."
Oh, that's fucked up. I would learn a lot. if this
No,
was my teacher.
they're all pretty good. I told you last time, they're actually really good kids. You know what the real problem is? They sleep in class a lot.
You gotta get them.
And I have to keep you have to like knock on like their desk, be like, "Hi, welcome back to Earth."
Yeah. Whoopsie.
Are they on their phones all the time?
No, I kind of get on them about it. I give them like the last 5 minutes to go on their phone. So sometimes I do assignments where they can. So.
That must be a new difficult thing dealing with.
Oh my
phone.
God, yes.
Yeah.
Johnny, how'd you get into comedy? Actually, I wanted to ask.
Cell phones.
Yeah.
English class. That's how I got it. I remember.
I inspired you.
I remember the day.
Johnny was a problem when he walked into my classroom.
I had a paper cut. It was a misunderstanding.
Nothing worse than a paper cut.
Nothing? No, there's nothing worse.
Nothing in all of.
No.
I get
all of
many as a
life.
teacher constantly.
Yeah, I try to go everywhere I go talk about paper cuts and the serious damage it does.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's an unspoken thing.
It does.
Yeah, in the
Paper
paper
cuts.
industry.
I'm glad you have a platform.
Yeah, thank you for bringing me here to discuss this serious issue. I appreciate it.
They cause millions of cuts a year.
They cost millions.
I wonder how many paper cuts there are a year now. Over, under.
Johnny, you're the expert.
100,000.
Good thing you brought me here,
You're
Duber,
the
to
guy.
discuss this.
Over, under
So,
100,000.
in the East-
100,000.
East Pacific, it's actually rampant through the East Pacific because of the humidity. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people don't know this. Silly fact, the humidity comes in overhead, not underhead. That would be groundwater. And if it was boiling underneath, like, that would cause... Anyways, it's boring.
What about those countries that can't afford paper?
They get wood splinters.
Even worse.
They don't call them splinters. They call them wood splinters.
We're seriously just like they're cutting trees to cut people, is what it is. This is the real mind-blowing
They
aspect.
need to
of
cut it out.
They should cut it out.
They should just cut it out.
I've been doing comedy for about a year. How I got interested in comedy, I've always been interested in comedy, always been interested in performance arts for sure. And I just remember feeling like, I remember exactly what it was. I was at work. I was not a comedian yet. And for a Christmas party, they hired stand-up comedians to come in for this department's Christmas party. And I was running the audio that was my job, to run the audio and stuff like that for any events that happened in the company. So I remember just watching these stand-ups, and I'm not a comedian. And now that I've been trying to do stand-up comedy for about a year now, I would never shit on these guys ever, because it was a hard room. And then they got told at the last minute it was a clean room. and then there was no alcohol or anything being served there too. So I can understand a little bit of the obstacles these comedians had run into, but they didn't do good at all. Not at all. One guy was so dirty and relying on it that he tried to do 10 minutes just about how upset he was that he couldn't say his dirty joke that he ended up doing anyway. And it wasn't even funny when he did it.
He talked himself into it.
Yeah, kind of like he maybe he was trying to dig himself out of it, but he did not do it, and he fell into his bit. But a lot of people were like, man, and I'm cleaning up after the event, after the show, and I'm cleaning up, putting my equipment away, and a lot of my friends who were in this department were like, man, Johnny, you would have been way funnier if it was you. And I hadn't even done any comedy or anything like that, just fooling around in the warehouse or something like that. And so that got my brain starting to think towards that, because I just graduated high school and got a job. So I kind of like thought I was set.
Janitor job?
The janitor job, yeah. I was just a janitor, but it paid like $10 or $12 starting out. So I was getting paid really well right out of high school. So, and I was studying to become a pastor right out of high school. So I thought my priorities were kind of set for me. So I didn't kind of think outside of this box or think of any other options. I was just like, work and church. And so after leaving the church, I'm trying to wrap it up. I'm trying to make a long story as long as possible. But after high school, after leaving the church, that's when I started to explore myself, my own independent. Who am I? What do I do? What do I bring to the table? I was a supervisor for the maintenance department and then a lead tech for the audio video department. So I would give a lot of other people advice, especially new employees. And one of my biggest pieces of advice was to know what you bring to the table and be confident in that. You know, you just got to know what you bring to the table. And if you know at least what you bring to the table, you can learn anything else. But what do you bring to the table? What do you got to offer us? You have to have something to offer. And if you know what you bring to the table, you can be confident in that and you're going to perform right. And so I started thinking about comedy after everybody started telling me I was so funny. I was so funny at work. I was using the restroom. And this guy comes into the restroom, just looks at me and starts cracking up. And I'm like, what the hell are you laughing at me for? I didn't do anything funny.
Was he laughing at you?
He was laughing at me. He just saw me. We caught eyes and he just started cracking up and it made me feel bad. But I was like, maybe I'm supposed to be making people laugh. You know, that got my brain thinking that way though.
Yeah,
you know, maybe I should do it. No, yeah.
Where did you come up with your like unique approach to comedy?
So I think that has to do with my experience from the church to get people amped up, to get people motivated. Okay. But then I give that a lot to my experience at Dive Bar, where at Dive Bar, it's changed now, but at Dive Bar, people will be screaming, cussing at you in the back. You suck. You know, sometimes if they're calling you a bitch, that's how you know you're doing good. Sometimes. So I was just like, I felt like really attacked and I felt cornered like that. And I just felt like I needed to just like come out of like swinging almost, but obviously you're not fighting, you're using your words. So I was just like, what can I do to just you know, give it back to him a little bit. And I just I'm already a loud person naturally, so it just kind of, it was like the water spout was open and it was just like now I'm just trying to learn how to contain it.
That was the second time I was ever on stage, was at Dive Bar.
Oh man.
And it was like frightening. Like people were yelling and you can't see anything at the time. It was like you're just blind, and I don't know whether they were like yelling or heckling, and it was like, it was nuts.
Yeah,
that's a pretty wild place there. Speaking of, you had asked me if you wanted to talk about the other week, just last week.
Oh my God.
Was the first time that I had someone get and rush me on stage.
It was scary.
Rush me, and he unfortunately for me and my ego, he was 6'4".
Oh my God, when he stood up, like you wouldn't expect it. When he stood up, it's like he became like 7'6". I was at the bar, but like, and I was like, oh my God, I swear I started to take my shoe off. Because you know how I wear those like spiked heels all the time? I'm like, I'm going to have to hit this guy if he goes near him. I'm like, oh no.
He was big, and everyone was roasting him before me too.
Yeah.
But pretty much, I asked him to stand up because I was like, I know there's something under there, guy. Like you look pretty big from the top half. Like, let's see exactly how tall. It's like, stand up. And then he stood up, and I was like, oh shit, sit back down, right? And I was like, damn, you're much uglier when you stand up. And the dude was like, I thought the same about you when I looked at you on stage. And I was like, Well, your mom, or you thought the same thing about your mom when
And
you
then
were
he
born,
was
and the
done.
dude just snapped.
Yeah,
like
he's getting picked on too much.
Well, it was a crowd work only show, and I
Yeah.
have to admit, I don't really do crowd. I've never done crowd work, so that was the first time. So I got scared, and I think I was a little I was kind of mean girl.
She started asking me questions. I'm like, damn, you're asking me questions that you know. I'm like, you.
I did.
And I was next.
I
was next.
I
And
blanked out.
I'm in the batter's box.
What did I ask you?
I'm in the batter's box, and she's like, hey, you, what's your name? I'm like, oh.
I don't know my name right now.
I swear I was sober too.
That's funny.
I get scared and I can't
Yeah.
I blank out.
Nerves are a
it
thing, man.
happens.
It's well, whatever.
That's how I came up with mine. You know, those are nerves. That's how I just was like, because nerves was getting the better of me, and I just felt like I wanted to explode, and so I started to explode. That's where I came up with the Netflix, Hulu, Showtime, just bam, 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 whatever.
What do you want?
Yeah,
Do you do that during sexy time?
Yes, of course.
Like,
What do you want?
missionary.
Where do you want your legs? You want to go around? Back? What do you want? Do you want me to go down first? Is it team with the 6'9"? What's going
What
on?
are we doing? Is this really happening?
What's your favorite color condom?
Probably freak people out.
None.
It's
That's a trick question because half the audience is like, none of them is my favorite color.
They're just like, what the hell just happened?
Think about it. You're like, what's your favorite color?
I blame the
condom?
audience though. Get out of your mind. They're like, what the hell? I'm not in my mind right now. Just trying to figure you out.
I kind of
It's a
flow
fun
with
thing.
the nerves sometimes because I know it's gonna happen, and the way I start my set is kind of like very slower. I have a slower delivery, much slower than yours, right? Like you've seen my set,
Yeah, you got fine delivery.
but it's very. I pause a lot.
Sure. I
Yeah.
wouldn't call you slow though.
All right, I'm not too slow.
No.
I didn't take that bus to the comedy venue. I took the slow bus.
I wouldn't call you slow, buddy.
A little slower though.
I
think.
forget
But
my
I
jokes.
feel like it kind of goes up though. Then I found that like I kind of try to treat it like music too sometimes, because some of the best music, like Led Zeppelin, for instance, they'll build you up. And comedies are kind of the same way in my opinion too. Sometimes you gotta but everyone has their own style, which is great. But
It's like a roller coaster. You build up, slow.
And you hope you don't fall off.
Yeah,
And then write a
exactly.
bad review.
I've always thought there should be like a review thing for actual humans. Like, let's just review
in
each
general?
other. Yeah, you could just review
it's called
people,
Facebook.
dude.
Yeah.
No, but specifically just for reviews, and you can only write one line, so you have to be like really, really specific. Like, because if you got a lot to say about somebody as a person, and then we could just check out. That's how I know if I even want to talk to you. I could be like, "What's your name?" Oh, no, you got a 2-star rating after 20 years. Damn, people hate you. Nope.
Oh man. See, I'd much rather meet a person face to face and then go, "No, I hate you."
Right.
I'd rather hate a person to their face.
True. I just thought it was a cool idea. Yeah, like smoke a doober, and I was just like, holy shit, that's a crazy idea.
Yeah.
Like you're slumming it. You're like, yeah, I went out with a 2-star the other night. I knew it, but whatever.
I
was
knew it. I
bored.
never went out with this girl. She gave me a 2-star.
She gave me a 2-star.
Yeah, imagine that. It's like Uber drivers, like the ratings.
It's just, but there's no sentence though. It's just a 2-star rating and a sad
They
face.
just give you
Oh,
and then
man.
no
Sad face.
Yeah, no
Somebody was
explanation.
disappointed.
And then-
Uh-oh.
And then they assign an emoji to it, and you're like, "What is this? Why did I get a shark?"
2-star shark. No.
No, what is this?
That means death. That's death in the review world.
You're with the sharks.
You're swimming with the fishes.
Yeah, you're just done.
There you
Oh,
go.
man.
Oh no.
Inevitable doom is just swimming around you. That shark fin. 2 stars. Shark. Fuck.
Shark Week, you're like the best thing though. Shark,
Yeah,
everyone's
man.
like, yeah,
Yes.
she's cool.
Yeah.
Only on Shark Week though.
That's a 5-star shark. That's way different than
Can
a
they like
2-star
review
shark.
you like after like many years?
They can come back and
Like in
edit
10
it
years?
and-
In 10
or
years?
revisit. Yep.
Yeah, and then you can get maybe they'll deduct stars. Could you imagine?
The more that I thought about it, the more I hated it.
Yeah. Now they owe stars if you're on like negative.
Dang, that's it.
How did the teacher stars? You give people gold stars.
Oh God, no,
Oh,
please.
no. See, yeah,
No,
that's
I thought
what
we
ruins
viewed
it.
teachers with stars. No thanks.
No, that would be all bad because they're all stupid teenagers and stupid kids. They don't, except for my kids. We dropped them off today at school, and that principal, I'd give him about 3-star unicorn. You know, if
Unicorn?
if I were to think about, They said we have an app now that you get text as a parent with the thing, and they said bring your kids to school early for a surprise. So we're like, okay, why not? So we get there a little early, and the principal's on the roof playing Queen through a PA system, and he's dressed up as Freddie Mercury.
Oh my God.
Yeah, lip singing with Queen, and he's like, "Are you ready for school?" And there's like kindergartners like,
Yeah. Oh my God.
And you only gave him 3.5 stars?
Yeah, it could have been better. The PA sucked. The sound sucked.
What'd you give him as a person, though?
As a person, 2-star shark for sure.
All right, was he getting? He was singing Queen. What was he singing?
He was singing like "We Are the Champions," that type of stuff. Under Pressure. I think
How'd he hit the high notes?
He was lip singing. The sound system sucked. He came out.
I would have gave him a 2-star too.
And then he just stopped using the mic and started lip singing because the mic wasn't working. And I was like, oh well, live and learn. But your review still stands as it is.
I mean, kindergartners got to rock on. It's like Kinder School of Rock.
Yeah, it was a little School of Rock. He took a line and then went on the roof, and then it was kind of
he took a line of like dehydrated glue.
Yeah. He was in Miss Lippy's classroom.
My mic totally went out. Or my headphones. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, cool.
I'm right next to you.
We are gonna start wrapping up. The hour is almost over. And I had a great time.
It was
you guys
fun.
Had a good time?
It was fun. That time went by too fast.
I know.
Exactly. Johnny, do you have anything coming up that you want to let everyone know about?
October 9th, I'll be performing. I don't know what the venue is yet, so if you just follow me on Instagram, Johnny R. Brim at Instagram, I'll be posting flyers as I get them.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Sounds good. I'm always excited to see some new flyers. There's some good ones that really pop out, and I'm like, that's some good flyer work right there.
Yeah. I like creating stuff too. I like making flyers for myself and little logos and stuff like that. I'm trying to figure out stuff.
You get a nice little face for some of the logos.
Yeah, like just make a goofy one.
I like to do that Joe Rogan face, or I do like that almost Dave Matthews, where you like kind of look up, like, is he looking at the moon right now? What is he looking at in the corner of his eye? You know, like. Is he thinking?
Looking for a thought.
Yeah. Janine, anything you got coming up?
October 7th at Backstop, I'm doing a show with Chris Shaw.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice. Chris Shaw's pretty funny.
And Tom Baum.
For sure. Tom Baum?
Yes.
Tom Baum, one of the most recent victims to Johnny Brim at WrestleMania 1.
Uh-oh.
Shout out Tom Baum. It was a well-fought battle.
And I have a
Great
show
times.
at Bunkhouse on the 30th. It's more of like an improv kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, I heard about this.
Yeah.
The 30th at the Bunkhouse? It sounds fun. What is it exactly?
I think it's more of like a debate kind of thing, but you can do stand-up or whatever you want against the other person.
Can I go up with like puppets and do like a whole show?
Sure.
I mean,
Sounds
I
a little
don't know.
scary, but
I might not. I mean, I'm not saying I would do that. I'm just saying, like, you say you can do whatever,
like,
you know?
How
Like,
many puppets we talking about?
you can sing, you
got
can
3
dance.
puppets on you?
You can tap dance.
You know, when you grow up with kids, they're like, where the
They're all on
puppets
the
at?
side of it.
I would totally tap dance. You guys down for a tap dancing comedy sequence?
Oh my God.
No? All right, never mind. I'll ask the next people about that. Maybe someone would be down to tap dance.
At the Bunkhouse show, are you going to do your set or are you going to do an argument?
I have to argue something about like sex versus chocolate. Like what do you use in like your, I guess, which is better, I think. And I have to like argue against somebody else. And I think my stance is that like chocolate is better.
Okay.
This is what I'm gathering. I haven't,
Got some chocolate puns?
Not yet.
All right.
Chocolate's
But
better
there's
because you
something,
can rely
it's
on
very funny that they put the two together. And I don't want to reveal it now because I don't want to
Yeah.
give away my stance, but it's actually a very funny thing.
Yeah, that is
Nice.
a funny concept.
And it has nothing to do with me ever using chocolate in that way.
I don't believe you.
Hi, Mom.
I don't believe her at all.
So check them out. I mean, check out Johnny's shows, and also we could find out about chocolate versus sex and which way everyone stands. And we will see you next week. Bye, guys.
Peace.
Bye.
Johnny R. Brim.
Goof.